Hey y'all, so I've never made a patchwork jean skirt before. So I got some jeans, some old jeans that my daughter used to have, and she cut them up into shorts and stuff, and so now I am going to cut them up and make a patchwork jean skirt for my granddaughter who's 1 year old. So we're going to see how this is going to turn out. I'm going to go through the supplies you're going to need, the supplies I'm going to use, right? And then I'm going to go into showing you how I create this skirt, and maybe you can create it as well. Okay, so what we're going to start with are the supplies, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I got the jeans, so however many jeans you might need. I can't really tell you on how many, but just grab you some jeans. We're going to cut them up, and I'm going to either use 3.5 inch square template, or I'm going to use a 3-inch square template, right? So here is one, that's my 3.5 inch, and then this one is my 3-inch template here. But you can also go and print out, which I will share the template link that I use, and you can go and print out a whole page, and it has all the way up from 1.5 inch all the way up to 4-inch squares, right? And that way you don't even have to worry about measurements and all that. You just print this out, cut out the square that you need, and you're gonna be good to go. Okay, so I haven't decided which size I'm going to use yet. I'm probably going to use the 3-inch size, so we'll see. So you're going to need that template, or you're going to need to just cut out you some squares, and for me, I'm going to keep them all the same size. Okay, you're also going to need some paper scissors to cut out your templates. Hey, you're also going to need some paper scissors to cut out your template. You're going to need your fabric scissors. You can also use a rotary cutter if you need that. You're also going to need some pins or wonder clips. I do have both, so either one. I'm probably more than likely going to use pins. You're also going to need some elastic. I'm going to use, I believe this one is either 3/4 or 1-inch elastic. Let me see which one. This is 1-inch elastic. So I'm going to use 1-inch elastic. I'm going to cut it to the size that I'm going to, of the skirt that I'm going to create for the waist. So I might cut it at 19 inches. You're also going to need your sewing machine and thread, matching thread. I'm just going to use some blue thread. Let's see, you can also use a serger if you want to serge your edges and make it more professional. I'm not going to deal with the serger today. I'm just going to use a sewing machine because I like operating on, whenever you're a beginner, you don't have a serger, but you do have a sewing machine evidently if you want to start to sew, right? Let me see what else you might need. Oh, I didn't even bring it in, but I typically would use an iron, right? So I'm not going to use an iron, but that's what I would typically use, is an iron, okay? To kind of like press down my seams and things like that. Well, I'm not going to do that because I don't have it by me, and I'm not going to get up to go get it. So I'm going to show you other steps that I do create, that I do use when I do make my patchwork skirts. So, like I said before, this is going to be my first jean patchwork skirt. So we're going to see how this turns out. And I think that's all that you need. Oh, you're going to need a safety pin or a bodkin so that when you feed your elastic through the casing, you can use that so it can go straight through. So, got that. If there's anything else, I'll let you know as we go, okay? So, what I'm going to do now, first start, is I'm just going to get some, just going to use this, jean fabric. And again, this one is already cut up, so yeah, since this one is already cut, I'm just gonna go ahead and just cut this pocket out because I might want to use this pocket. I've seen some people cut the pocket off And then I've seen others use a seam ripper and get it off. I'm definitely not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna cut this off here. And again, this is just me going through the process of cutting out everything. So this video will be maybe lengthy because I'm just doing the whole process. So yeah, we're gonna just go through this. And I'm gonna have probably 2 pockets. I might put 2 pockets on there. That way you can even still open it up like that and do it that way too. So I guess, I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out when we get to that part. And also, oh, I forgot to say, you're gonna need a pattern, right? You're gonna need a pattern, a skirt pattern. So you can pick and choose whatever skirt pattern you want to use. But for me, I'm going to use a shorts pattern. So this is a shorts pattern, right? I'm gonna use this shorts pattern, and I am gonna actually use this as my template, right? So what I'm gonna do is on this end here, where it has the opening, right? This part here for the shorts, I'm just going to fold that in and kind of match it up. And I'm just going to cut it on the fold. So I'm going to have 2 pieces cut on the fold. So this edge will be my straight edge that I'm going to cut on the fold. And this part right here, I'm going to fold in, and then I'm just going to cut straight down like that, right? And that way I can have a straight skirt instead of a flared skirt. Okay. So again, you can use, and that was a free pattern from Little Fig. So that's a Little Fig free pattern, shorts pattern, that I'm going to use to create a skirt with. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut out some squares as I go. So I am deciding to go ahead and use, let me see. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use the 3.5 inch square, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and use the 3.5 inch square, and I'm going to cut out, some squares. Again, I prefer to have an iron, but I don't have it on me, so we're going to just work this out like that, right? I'm just going to fold over, and I'm going to cut 2 of these out at the same time. I'm just going to put the square here. Yeah, I'm just going to put the square here, and then I'm just going to use some pins and kind of pin it to keep it from moving. And then again, you can use your rotary cutter, or you can use your rotary cutter, or you can use your scissors to cut your squares out. Okay, so as you can see, right here, you have the square, and I'm going to cut 2 of these out at the same time. Okay, so get your fabric scissors and cut 2 out at the same time, or again, you can use your rotary cutter. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue to cut, and all this little extra fabric, the little scrap pieces that I have remaining, I typically use those to stuff my dolls with that I create, right? So this could be to stuff the dolls with, and I just move that over to the side so that I have that. So now that I have that cut out, I'm just going to do that same process over and over until I have the amount of squares that I need. And I'm going to switch in between this fabric and, this pair of jeans and my other pair of jeans, okay? So as you can see, now I have 2 squares cut out. So I'm just going to put them to the side. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to need at this moment, but we'll find out as the time go on. So I'm just going to cut out some more. And again, I'm just going to just cut this like this. And I think they might be cutting it the way that they're cutting it. They might be cutting it like that, like using the seam ripper, but I don't, that's just taking too much time. So, and then my grandgirl, she can't even function with pockets right now. She don't even know what a pocket is. So I'm just gonna cut this out and sew it all the way around anyway, so it doesn't even need to be a functioning pocket. But I definitely do get why they would take this back off if you're not going to use it as a functioning pocket, because you can use that square for something else. So maybe I can even go in here and cut that off. Ooh, I'm just thinking out loud, but we'll work on that later. So right now I have 2 pockets that I could add to the skirt, on top of the skirt, right? Again, this is going to be my first time trying to do something with jeans, so we'll see how it turn out. All right, so now I have this right here, so I can fold that up like that, get my pattern, pin it down, and cut. I've seen so many different ways people make their jean skirts, and again, I love them all. I just always say, when you want to create something, do it the way that you feel is best for you and that works for you. There's no right and there's no wrong way to create something that makes you happy, right? So you want to create something that's fitting for you and easier for you, and don't take a long time to create. Now this might take some time because I'm having to cut and sew all the patches together, but this is something that I do enjoy doing. So I'm going to continue to cut out squares. Until I feel like I might have the amount that I need. So just bear with me. You know, I saw people, they cut this part off of the pants as well, and they sew that onto the pants, or the skirts or something. I'm not going to do that as of right now, so we'll see. I'm just doing it as I go. Okay. Oh, see how this is going to turn out. I'm just going to continue to pin. So while this is recording and while I'm doing this, I'm also just going to talk about what I have, you know, going on in my life currently. And so if you follow me, you do know that I am on a sobriety journey. if you're new to following me, I'm on a sobriety journey. And as of today, I am, as of the date that I post this, which is, what's today? This October 28th. I think this is October 28th. So the day that I post this of 2024, I am now currently 1 year sober and 1 year sober in about a month, because I made a year sober September the 18th. Okay, so yeah, so yay to me, kudos to me. But it is definitely has been a learning process. Okay, it's definitely been a journey. I wouldn't change it for nothing, though. Going back over the year, there are some things that I wish that I had been more aware of, which is for me, the weight gain and eating unhealthy and things like that, just to knock down the cravings, right? So for me, I feel as if I ate so unhealthy and I've gained unnecessary weight in areas that I don't want it to be, which for me is like, you know, this neck part right here, and you know, my stomach and yeah, it's kind of like thick, right? Like I got like a stomach, so I don't really care about that. I don't prefer it, but at the same time, it just shows me my growth, and it also shows me where I need to what I need to fix, so that I won't feel like me becoming sober has caused me to backslide in other areas of my life. It's just something that I need to adjust, so I need to fix it, which means I need to eat healthier. I need to choose better drinks to drink instead of soda. Maybe soda, sporadically, water, whatever. I just haven't gotten to that place of putting that part of me first, because I was so focused on being sober that I didn't think about what could happen, right? So my next thing that I will be working on is my weight. But at the same time, I'm more focused on still remaining sober and still enjoying my life and allowing God to fix me in those areas that I am, you know, that I'm lacking in. So anyway, so here's another part. So I'm just going to lift this up here and I'm going to cut that. Make another square. Let's see. So yeah, so while I'm talking about my journey, I'm also going to be sewing at the same time. So I'll probably end up stopping and talking about whatever I need to talk about, and then go back to showing you what I'm doing next, okay? I'm just cutting this off so I can see better, because I definitely don't use this. I'm just going to use this as scrap fabric for my dolls, to stuff the dolls. Okay, so just gotta go in here and cut this up. But anyway, so what I was saying was I definitely have learned a lot and learned what I need to change moving forward in my journey, right? So my next step is to find ways of eating healthier and to lose some pounds while still being sober, and be more healthier and more energetic, because the food that I eat, I kind of get drained. I'm tired more, and so I don't want that, you know. So I'm gonna change that up. Anyway, back to it. So sewing has been on the back burner for me, because my focus has not been on creating. It has been more so on just, again, trying to stay sober. Well, as I was talking to God, I was like, God, I'm ready to get back in the groove of things. I'm ready to begin again. I'm ready for you to help me to get back to where I can create and share my creations and also teach them, whether they will be free classes or paid classes. I don't know. It just, I want to get back to creating. And so this is me getting back to creating. This is me getting back to recording my videos. Yeah, but this is me taking that step to say, okay, I'm not gonna stay in that space that is not productive. I'm not gonna stay in that space that is causing me to lose momentum. I want to build my momentum back. I want to get back out there, but I also want to do it the way that God is calling me to do it, and not doing it in a way where I'm hustling, where I'm trying to make things happen. I'm tired of trying to make things happen. So this is me getting back out there. And I am so glad that I am. I'm so glad that I am. So again, this is just me continuing to cut my squares out. Okay. So again, I'm going to keep cutting out until I got them all cut. Oh no, I gotta use that for something else. I'm see if there's any other spot on here that I can use. And I don't see a spot, so I'm just gonna move this over to the side because I don't know if I'm gonna utilize that top part or not. But I do have the pockets and I do have some squares cut out, so we are definitely getting somewhere. I do want some darker colored shorts, darker colored patches as well, so I'm just going to use this for the patches. And I got to make sure that I do not cut the pocket, because again, I want to use the pocket. So I'm going to just cut up this way so that I can cut off the pocket. Now again, I don't know if I'm going to use the pocket for everything. I mean, all of the pockets on the skirt, but I'm just going to let God lead me on what to put with it as I am creating. Okay, so I got another pocket. Also, if you're watching this, you know, if you're watching this during the time where, like I said, today is October 28, 2024, my daughter wants me to create an outfit for my tiny tot, who she wants to be a Girl Scout. So I'm going to also do a recording on me creating her Girl Scout outfit, right? So, and I probably will start that one on tomorrow. We'll see. And that will be my first time creating a Girl Scout outfit as well. I'm just going to cut this off and then add it. Yeah, you just see me just doing whatever just to get this off of here. off. I'm gonna do this side here. I'm gonna add this on here. So y'all, if I'm not talking, this because I'm just focused, but I definitely want to talk at the same time. So I'm typically better at going live than recording. But this is what I'm gonna do. So again, I'm just gonna continue to pin and cut out squares until I get as many as I think I need. And if I need more, then I'll just cut more, you know, more out. But anyway, this is just me having the courage to rebuild my life over again. Kind of like starting from scratch. It's kind of like getting scrap pieces together and creating something beautiful again. And so that's where I'm at. Allowing my life to be rewritten in the way that God is calling me to. So when I work with scrap fabric, it just makes me think of how something so tiny and so small, the small scraps create so many beautiful things, and all you just have to do is allow your creativity to flow. And God is definitely a good creator, right? So since he's created everything, he has given us the ability, some of us the ability to be able to create and make things new, right? And so that's what I'm working on. So again, just looking for place to cut out more squares. I'm just going to use my rotary cutter for this part. Just put a pin on here so it won't move. Find a spot on here and do the same thing. Then when I get ready to sew these up, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking for all of my patches to match up. I'm just looking to make sure to get them all together, like just putting them on there. So I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just gonna look for me getting all of the patches on there to create the skirt. Okay, so my lines might not be perfect, but the skirt gonna be too cute. Okay. Let's see if there's any more I can use off of this one. Just move that to the side. Kind of like the idea of having a square right here. I don't want to do it that way. I got something else I'm gonna do. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna keep on cutting until I get some more squares. And I'm actually looking at this, and I can still make smaller squares and create another skirt from it. All right, so I think that would be enough of the squares. I mean, of the pockets. So now I'm just going to focus on getting some squares cut out. Some more squares cut out. I'm just going to put a pin here so I can cut more squares out at the same time. So I have my heater going down here. And now I'm starting to burn up. So again, I'm using the 3.5 inch squares. And again, as you can see, when I'm cutting it, it's not always perfect right here. No problem. Again, we're not looking for perfection in the squares. We're looking at just making a patchwork skirt, right? If you want perfection on the squares, then you'll take your time and make sure everything is done. It's cut out the same and sewn up on the same edge and everything, okay? All right, so we're getting somewhere. We got 4 pockets and we got a small stack of squares. I already know I need more, so I'm just going to keep on cutting, okay? I'm just going to use this pin it there, and then I'm going to just cut this out. All right, so now I can move that out the way and use that for something else. Just gonna put this pin here. I'm gonna grab these other jeans right here. As you can see, the preparation is already taking like some time. Okay, so but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Just keep watching and pause. You can pause this video. You can start again, however you want to do it, until you got all of them cut out. So now what I'm gonna do is, as you can see, these jeans are cute. They already frayed and everything, so I'm gonna make sure I take advantage of all of those frays. And I'm just gonna cut these all out at the same time. So now I'm able to cut out 3 at the same time because I'm not gonna cut open these pants. And part of me be like, oh my God, I'm cutting a pair of jeans. Like, I could maybe even give to somebody. But guess what? What I am creating now is I'm giving it to somebody as well. So it all pans out. Y'all, let's get it somewhere. This is going to be so cute. Right? So I got some more to add. The pal is palling up. It's palling. Okay? It's definitely palling. And this is going to be nice to add something to on a different outfit. So I'm just going to keep going up this leg here. And so what I'm going to do with this square here, after I use up, you know, because I'm poking all kinds of holes in this square, in this template, I'm going to, at the end of this, I'm going to create that same template. I'm just going to add it to some more durable fabric, so that way I can continue to use it over and over again. That way I won't have to keep printing it out. All right, now we're getting to the part where it is, where the jeans are more ripped looking. It's going to add some kind of character or something to it. Yeah, that's going to add some character. Let's scoot this over. Just take my scissors and just keep cutting. So, right there, right there. Oh, that's gonna be real cute. I'm already seeing it. Still working on the pals. Like, y'all, I'm showing up for me today, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting because I'm showing up for me. So I hope y'all are getting this. All I'm doing is right now is cutting out squares, more and more squares. So bear with me. We're going to get to the next step shortly. And I hope y'all enjoy this video, though it's not the way that I wanted to do it. I wanted to go live, but also at the same time, I feel like I just need to record it, and I can share it anywhere that I want. Because today, again, this is October 28, 2024. So today, I wanted to go live on Facebook, but when I clicked on to go live, anyway, I had to create me another Facebook account for those that follow me, because Facebook has indefinitely deleted, suspended my account due to reasons I had no control over, which I'll talk about on another day. But because they did that, I had to make another account. And so when me making this new account, when I went to go click to go live today, it told me that I have to wait 60 days in order to go live. And I'm like, I've been going live on Facebook for about 8 years now, so I just really don't understand how that hurt my heart that I had to start over. But again, God has given me the courage to rebuild, and so I'm not going to complain about what I'm being rejected on, right? So I was rejected from Facebook, but it doesn't stop my creativity. It doesn't stop me from being able to flow in what God has called me to do. So I'm just going to keep on going. But it did bother me, and then I read this scripture that said that Jesus himself was tempted. And because he was tempted, it basically passed all of these tests that he could show me how to pass the test too and not feel all bogged down and bothered and defeated and depressed because things didn't pan out. That I'm being tested daily to keep going. And so because I am persevering, I'm pushing through, I'm just calling others to do the same thing. Like if I could do it, you could do it. And everything was ripped from me. Everything that I've built over the last 10 years or so on Facebook was removed, deleted. I can't open it back up. Again, I am fighting to get it opened back up. But if I don't, it's okay because God has given me other ways of getting things done that he has told me to get done. So it's just all about reworking, rebuilding, revising, and it's about change. So if you are not good or comfortable with change, you don't want to be what God wants you to be, because you're going to be changed. You're going to be tried. You're going to be tested. And so that's where I'm at in my life right now. Look at this. This is going to be cute. I mean, tried, tested, and all of that. But I'm coming out. I'm going to come out successful. I'm going to come out blessed because I'm obedient. I'm doing what God has called me to do. So because of that, all is going to be well. But I just have to get it into my spirit, into my soul, that no matter what goes on, no matter what happens that is contrary to what I want for it to get done, that if it doesn't pan out, that it is going to pan out the way that God has ordained for it to. I just have to be patient. You have to wait. And you have to keep moving. You cannot quit. You cannot stop, okay? So one thing about it is your girl over here ain't going to stop. I'm not going to stop. Okay, so this one has a pocket. Okay, so I'm going to do what? I'm going to cut that pocket out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now, again, I don't know if I'm going to be adding a lot of pockets on here, but I do have options on how many pockets I do want to add. So, yeah, so this is just me rebuilding my life and then also doing it the way that God is calling me to do it. Because before I was hustling, I was getting things done by, like any means necessary, like staying up all night, staying up all day, not giving much attention to other things that I need to get done because I'm so focused on keeping the group going, right? Not so much growing, but keeping it going for those that are in my Facebook group, So Cute Beginner Friendly Sewing group on Facebook, that that myself and the other admins and moderators are doing whatever we can do to keep it going, right? Because God gives everybody ideas, and in those ideas that I might share with you, you can run with it and create your own things with, right? So I just always thought about, what can I share? What can I do today to help somebody else to feel more confident about their sewing, more confident about going ahead and opening up their box? And so over these few years, that has been my journey. And so now I'm after a new journey. I have a new journey I'm on. So I'm a little lost. But one thing God told me to not do is not to give up, not to quit. So I'm not quitting. So I'm back. You see me. I'm struggling a bit, but I'm back. I'm confused a bit, but I'm back. I'm more intentional about what I do. I'm more focused because I don't want to go through that process of being a hustler again. Like, no, like if God gave me the idea, and I act on it and I operate on it, then he's going to make all things come to pass. He's going to make sure I get the clients. He's going to make sure I reach the people. If it's not for money, he's going to make sure I reach the people that I need to reach. He's going to make sure I pray for those that need to be prayed for. He's going to make sure that I encourage and motivate others through what I have experienced in life and through what I have experienced through my business. And as long as I'm available and open to God, he's going to make all things work out, right? So that's where I'm at right now. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. All right, so I'm going to just cut this one. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger so that I can add it with another piece, and I can cut them all at the same time. Okay, ooh, we getting somewhere. And I'm just imagining seeing other people use this part right here, this waistband, and then they add a different type of skirt to the bottom of it, right? That's gonna be neat. All right, so right now, this is the pile that I have. I know for a fact it's still not enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this part of the pants. Then after I'm cutting this part of the pants, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to sew it up, okay? So we can move along on this process, right? So I might just do, this is part 1, and then come back and do part 2. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Thinking maybe just do this and make it part 1, and then since everything is cut out and everything, then probably go live on YouTube or on TikTok. I got options. Help me out, God. Let me know what it is you want me to do, okay? And then I'm going to do just that. So I'm going to keep going doing this. And then I'm going to allow God to tell me what to do next. I'll go ahead and pin this down. Oh my God, we're getting somewhere, y'all. I'm getting excited because, again, this is my first jean straight skirt patchwork skirt. And I'm just going to play around with it till I get to how I want it to be. So anyway, just a little bit of motivation for you guys, because I kind of feel like I want to put something back here to keep this from moving in front of my face. But just like some motivation for you guys, like everything might had seemed perfect, like, oh, Aisha here, she doing the doggone thing. But y'all, I was definitely struggling, like, to just stay afloat. And I'm not speaking just financially, I'm speaking mentally. Like, I was broken, and I still feel like I'm lost in a sense, but I feel like I know that God is going to get me through this. And then and then I might have to fight another battle dealing with something else. But again, this is teaching me how to truly trust that God has my best interest in heart, right? Like, he doesn't want me to fail. He wants me to bring others closer to him by me being who I am, and me being accepting of the transition of my life, that not everything has to be peaches and cream in order for things to go good in your life. Like, there could be some hard times in your life, and then just out of nowhere, God says, okay, I'm about to bless you, even more for your obedience and your sacrifices, right? That you've made in my name to better yourself, to get prepared to do whatever it is I'm calling you to do, you know. And so, like, be willing to be obedient and to sacrifice so that God can come in and move you around because of your willingness and your openness, right? He can use you the more when you're willing and you're open. And can he use you without you saying, God, yes, I'm ready, I surrender? Yes. But he wants those that love on him just as much as he loves on you to do. Oh, and so that's what I'm doing. I want to be that girl. I am that girl. Okay? I was just thinking, just sick of being depressed, sick of things not happening and me trying to force them to happen, to where I'm saying, you know what, God, all you, less of me, more you, whatever you decide, I'm available. I'm willing to put in the work to be the way that, not so much the way that you call me to be, but to be the lady that you've created me to be, you know. And I think that works for all of us if we just get to the place of surrender. So I give it all. No matter the outcome, I trust you with it. You know, I trust God with the outcome. And so, yeah, so the pal is palling, right? Like, I think we might be getting close. We might be getting close to it being enough. The larger the square, the better. The larger the square, the less you have to cut out, right? So I chose the 3.5 inch square, which means that if I was to choose the 4-inch square, it would have been less squares that I would need to cut out. If I chose the 2.5-inch squares or something like that, it'd be more and more squares that you have to cut out. So just pick and choose how much squares you feel like you would need to get the job done, and decide, do I want to cut out that many squares? And if you don't, then you better cut them squares out bigger, larger, right? Okay, so I just have a few more to cut out. And then once I got these cut out, then that's going to be it. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this over. And I'm going to cut out. I'm going to cut out 4 this time at a time. But we want to make sure I open this up so it can lay flat. And I'm going to cut 4 of these out. So we're looking at, right now, we're heading on 1 hour. Almost an hour for me talking and cutting out, prepping and everything. So yeah, I think that I will cut this off and then do a part 2. And in that part 2, I will just go into getting everything sewed up. So so we got this pile here. I don't know if that's gonna be enough, but I am gonna cut out this. I'm gonna cut out this pocket, and then we're gonna move on to the next step. Okay, and that's enough for me to put another one, but I'm just gonna move this out the way and count how many squares we have, and hopefully get an idea of how many squares you'll need if you do a 3.5, how many squares you'll need to how many squares you need to create a 6 to 12 month skirt. Okay, so I'm just gonna count them and see how many I have, and then I'm gonna move on to the next step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So that's 40. So we're going to check to see. And then I have these pockets that I can add on there as well. Right? So, yeah, we're going to see what we're going to do next. I feel like I'm going to push pause on here and then get back with y'all. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause this one. I'm going to stop this one. This is going to be part 1. Look forward to part 2. Thank you for watching thus far. If you have any questions, make sure you go ask them in the group on Facebook, So Cute Beginner Friendly Sewing Group, or you can email me at socutewithaisha@gmail.com, and I can definitely help you out. And there will be more and more to come, more and more tutorials to come. Okay, so be on the lookout for part 2.